Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Kuntres in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. Kuntres Amayin Per Maimer Chav Dalid. Start with Tzedakah, Gedol Tzedakah, Mekores Agula. And we're going to have in mind today Liach Bat Renna. Miss Hashem, Liach Bat Renna should have everything good and safe and healthy, and everyone should have only good. Yeah. Okay, let's jump into it. And now we're sort of, after all that we've talked about, we're gonna sort of bring it down to practical application. That's what Rabbi Shab is gonna do. So let's see. Basically, yeah, we're gonna discuss what does it mean, how do we do this, what does it look like, everything that we talked about till now. But the hashpah, let's see. Hine Perak Aleph, Hine HaChesed VaChayus, the light of Chesed and the life. Bashpa Sheniktzeva Leila Adam Rosh Hashanah of the life force and the hashpa, what's said to the person on Rosh Hashanah B'chol Minei Tov all types of good with children, health, and sustenance. Coming from Hashem, V'hainu, meaning the guf etzem ha'shefa, that the body and the main shefa, the main flow of godliness, what's going to come to us, who me'atik kedisha, comes from the level of atik, shehu pnimius atzvus erintif, which is, in this terminology, it's the inner essence of Hashem's infinite light. Oba al yedei hiserus ha'eses spheres, and it comes through the arousal of the 10 spheres, Tatzilus. The leshama magas ha'aveda, and over there is where the Veda reaches. The neshama Yisroel b'Torah mitzvahs. That's where our Veda reaches in Torah mitzvahs. The light and the flow that is set for a person. Rosh Hashanah, on Rosh Hashanah, Nechtam Yom Kippurim, which is, and it's still in Yom Kippur. It's dependent on the Torah mitzvahs that we did throughout the year. What's going to be set for us this coming Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is very much dependent on what we did, what we're doing now, today, and the next day, in the whole year. Like it says, what does that mean? Because the judgment, Niktzav Leisol, is set for the Jewish people. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippurim, totally b'mishpat. It's dependent on the judgment. What's the judgment? How much of revelation of godliness will we get? Shehu inyan elikei Yaakov, which is the idea of the God of Yaakov. Himshech b'shana he'avra, that is drawn down from the year that passed. So it is dependent on the way of the tshuva. In the month of Elul, Shehu Chodesh HaRachmim, which is the time of mercy. That then you have the revelation of the attributes of mercy. Who's man Eis Ratzin, and this is an auspicious time. But Nako Yeser Inyan Tshuva, it's very easy, the idea of Tshuva. Then you have the time of Slicha, Shehem Zman Eis Ratzin, which is the time of Eis Ratzin. Slichas, which is even more than Elul. You do it like it's known. From the Alter in the name of the Baal Shem Tov, Yishmas Yidden. The May Elul Ad Meir Mid Gimel. In times of Elul is shining the third natures of mercy. La'er Din v'Cheshbon, to arouse the judgment and the calculation. That's Elul. And what's the mashal for this? This is the mashal of Baal Shem Tov. The mashal is Seich Gadol. You have a great businessman, merchant. Shemeicher, that he sells b'seicher, scheirase, his merchandise, ba'kafa, all around the place. So what does he do? He's always doing business, and he's giving people, and he's learning, and he's lending, and he's selling stuff. And then he gets everyone near the end of the year to make a cheshbon, make a calculation. Kama nimkar v'kama shilmu. How much do they sell? How much do they pay? And how much more do they need to pay? What are they lacking? l'shalem es hamagia, and he arouses them to pay whatever is still lacking. V'aseicher atzmoi b'simcha gedela, and the person, the seller himself, the merchant, is very happy. Shemacha scheir habi, they sold a lot. Of mikachim tevim. He said, he had a lot of parnasa, he sold a lot of things, it was good things, it all worked out very well. Aval im ze teveya es kainov the shalem hamagia mehem umazkiram asher lekichas schera ba'akafa. But when it comes out the year and there's how much he's owed, meaning they borrowed, so it's time to pay back. Haba tali bizrizus piroin hachayves me'ava. It's dependent on how much they have to pay from in the past. The keveya zman b'meshach k'shleisha shavuos, and he gives them about 3 weeks, which is Elul. Simchasei uthilas pnei hasechem moyel lekeinim shem amelim ba'amar rav b'yigia tzuma l'shalem chayvaseim. And his happiness and his enjoyment is inspiring them to go work hard and to figure out how they're going to pay everything back. Ubechleis moyed hakatzuv, and then time, the time period comes, they have to actually pay. And he comes to make a cheshbon. So Elul, we're working out everything that we owe, what we need to work on, what we need to do, how we're going to pay for all this. And it comes Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. He sits there and he's like, "Hey, no, let's figure this out. How much you owed?" And but also the way you see the Baal Shem Tov say it, it's a happy time. Now, of course, it's a serious time because the guy you have to pay up. But the happiness of the businessman or the merchant that he's made a lot of profit means he's happy with you. All in all, Hashem is happy with us. That's what the point I think Baal Shem is trying to point out. Hashem is very happy with you, but you have to pay as well. Amal hakreinim v'giyasam ha'atzuma lifreya chaviseyim, and when he sees the effort that they're putting in to pay back what they owe, umakir shebe'emes chafzu lifreya, and he sees that in truth they do want to pay back what the loan that they took. Aval anim hima, but they're poor. Ve'ed yada maseh is not able to pay back. You know, they took out money with the hope it's going to be a good year and they're going to make a lot of money and pay back everything and do all these good things. But it was a tough year and didn't manage to pay back. But he sees them working hard to try to pay back. He does kindness with them, Liach, and he forgives them. Yeah, and he forgives to them what they owe. What they can't pay, like they come to him, and he saw them working so hard. And he comes and he's like, "So how much can you pay?" And they're like, "I can only pay 3/4 of it." And they're sad. You can see like they really feel bad. They wanted to pay everything. It just this is what it is. So he says he's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're good. Gives him a hug. You're good. And he's like, "Don't worry, it's fine." He goes, "Get some time, get yourself together. We're gonna have to do another year's coming. We go again." Even though we didn't fully pay. And now we're gonna explain what does it mean in the Nimshal. That's a beautiful mashal. Okay, I guess we'll go over the mashal again, just quickly. Basically, so throughout the year, we're like business people and getting loans from the merchant and buying stuff with that money. But then end the year comes and it's time to pay up. And so the merchant goes around and saying, "Hey guys, you have 3 weeks and you have to pay. Pay up day is coming." That's time of Elul. And what happened? Then he's happy because he made a good year, meaning we did good. We made some good business deals. We made some good money, meaning we did some Torah mitzvahs. We tried. We had some better days, some worse days. And he sees that. But we have to pay up everything. And, have to pay back whatever money we got. And he, Baruch Hashem, made profit already, the Hashem. Or we're going to explain the mashal, the nimshal. So the merchant made some good money. So he's in a good mood. And now he's going to get more money. So he's also in a good mood. But he sees people stressing out. I'm like, why you guys stressing out? And like, like, I don't know how I'm going to pay everything. It's a little tough. And basically he calms him down. Don't worry. I can see you trying. It's fine. It's fine. And day comes, the judgment comes, and he's like, no, so how much you have to pay? And they're sitting there like they feel really bad, and it's like they're worried. What's going to be? How much? Like if I'm not going to pay back, I'm going to be in trouble. And they say, I'm like, I only have like 75%, 80% of what I owe you. So he's like, don't worry about it. You can give it to me. And he's like, don't worry, come back to me in a few weeks. We'll do it again. It'll be fine. You're good. And the emotion of that person, it's been such a type of an experience. It's pretty intense. And if someone come and tell them you're good and we'll come back and do it again, that's even more relieving. It's a wild experience. The Hemi made slichos, and this is the time of slichos. The kasher avodah he made elul. He avodah shlema b'tshuva me'umka deliba. When avodah of elul is complete from the depths of our soul. About heart. Hine be made slichos, and on time of slichos b'kabelas shuvasei. It's your tshuva is received. B'kabbalah teva al halahaba on the good resolutions for the future. Hashem sees in slichos that we come, we get up early, we daven. And we try to be more careful with everything we're doing, and we tell God that thank you so much for everything you gave me this year. I'm sorry I didn't give it back to you everything. I tried. I did some mitzvahs. I did some Torah. Try to be nice to people. I try to make a difference. It didn't always work out, but I'm trying. And when you come in with that honest sincerity, you're good. Asher b'chal tshuva de'elu v'yimei slichos v'kabbalah zel malchusis baruch Rosh Hashanah. All this tshuva and the slicha and the elul and the days of slichos and Kabbalah Sel, we take upon ourselves Rosh Hashanah. Hine lefi erech zeh. According to that, niktav loy hachesed b'banei chayim mezoyin Rosh Hashanah v'nechtam Yom Kippur. It's set for you in Rosh Hashanah and it's sealed in Yom Kippur. Meaning that earnestness and sincerity that we do on elul, the Mei Slichos, and Rosh Hashanah is all finalized in Yom Kippur. Ava chesed zehu adayin. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. And that's the beauty of what's happening. Like we showed, be sincere, you try, you'll be good. Sincerity is the key. Aval chesed zeh hu adayin chesed pashut v'gam shorshe hachesed tasiya hakalu b'malchus atzilu sur ruchani adayin. But nevertheless, as we said before, it's still spiritual. B'chdesh yavi b'gashmius, in order to come down in physicality, ha'elam hazeh hu ayidei hislavshus b'kelim levushim nebris and asiya. It's through being clothed in the lower three worlds. V'achakach v'amazala is the whole oifane ha'is labshus. And then there's also the mazalis. Ha'elu hu mechesed Hashem aleinu. This is from the kindness of Hashem to us. Lashpia lanu shefa chayus kefi erkeinu according to our Hussein according to our level and our ability. Mashiyah tov lanu, what will be good for us. Shenuchal lekabel shebishvil zeh mistamtem mislabesh achesed b'chol islabshus kanal. And that's why it's being mitamten so much for us to be able to receive it. Just to finish it off. For example, if a father wants to play with his son, when you go to play with your son, you want to, let's say, learn. And your son wants to play with toy cars going like this, boom, boom, boom. So you have to do it, you go on the floor and go boom, 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 and play with them. Because you have to lower yourself to the child's level. I play with him with nuts. The clippers, also the shells, those are the toys in those days. One of the fanciest we have today. Because of his youngness, he doesn't recognize the goodness in the fruits, in the nuts, the eating. He wants to play with it. Only the shell. But you can roll it around and stuff. He wants to play with the walnut, with the shell of it, not the actual food inside. Doesn't realize there's food inside. You could eat it. He just wants to play. This is the very same idea with Hashem on us. Gets concealed, goes down all the way till these mazalis. In order that we get physical chesed, according to our level, what's good for us. So what we're getting is Hashem is like the father, and we're like the little child, and Hashem wants to give us the good stuff, and we're busy wanting to play with the shells. But Hashem is mitzvah himself all the way to come down to set it up so we can have it good for us. And that kid has fun when his father's playing with him. All of us should see a father playing with us. We should have only good. Have an amazing day.